Alright, let's start the video now. Hey everyone, welcome to learn how to play as Ng. Today we're going to be teaching you how to play as Ng in many different ways, or a few to say the least. Now, there's different types of Ngs, and there's many different examples on how to play as Ng and how not to play as Ng. As you already see here, there's your four or perhaps just three main tools that you need to use. Your dispenser, your teleporter, and your sender. With your teleporter, it's quite obvious. You build the entrance, and you build the teleporter to take you over to your destination. Whereas the dispenser is mainly your main primary support weapon. Help you rebuild your HP and your metal and ammo for other players to use. Such as examples. Dispenser is very useful when it comes to in need of support, but beware, you always need to keep your dispenser safe and close to you. The last main important weapon is your sentry. Now keep in mind there are two different types of sentries that you can use, especially with another one that you can obtain using in man vs. machine. Such an example of a turret that's the other one is a mini sentry turret that only requires 100 metal to use, but it only stays as level 1. It's very good for quick battles such as control points, or even to say the least, man versus machine could be another one. Or even doing control, or using, whoops. Yeah, those are just one of the few better places that you can use the mini sentry. Now every type of one that you build, mainly your dispenser, sentry, and teleporter, all come with metals that require a level. As you can see, it normally starts off slow with your dispenser, or just practically anywhere. If you want to be able to build it faster, you just have to hit it. And there you have it. Now there you have it. Your dispenser is all completely filled up, and it's ready to be upgraded. What you need to do now is you need to hit your dispenser with your gun or your wrench. No, not gun. Either the claw I have on, which is also known as the gunslinger, or your wrench that you need. Now, this one is now level 2, which gives off at least different types of metal. Each level has different metals that you can... At level 1, you only get 40 metal for your job. And of course, for level 2, you get 50 metal. But for the final level, which is level 3, you get 60 metal in total, which is the best that you want to aim for. Now let's discuss about teleporters and how they can be used. That's correct too. Mini sentries have less HP, but they're very good and useful within a quick battle. Now let's deploy the teleporter. Same as the teleporter, it really just depends on how you use it. Level 1 teleporter is going to take much longer to hold on. As you can see, it's going to take a while for your teleporter to load. So NGs, could you please level up to level 2? Thank you. There you go. A level 2 teleporter is going to have half the speed of what it originally would, but it just really depends. Let's take this example of the eggs. Now, as you can see here, my teleporter is going to be directly right over here.
Teleporter coming right up.
Please excuse my leg a little bit, though. Now then, Scout there, could you please go on that teleporter entrance and come over here? Now it takes a while for the teleporter to recharge over time, but it's recommended that you get your teleporter at level 3, so let's build on.
Stab, stab, stab. Stab, stab, stab.
And there you have it. Now those are just mainly the main weapons and support items that you use for as entry. But now let's get down to the main way of how to play as NG. So, let me start over from the scratch and show you.
Stab, stab.
Moving out.
Alright, let's all meet at the entrance for both teams, please.
That was getting heavy.
Alright. Everyone here? Now, for NG, you gotta learn how to use your weapons and items efficiently, and you have to make sure it's in the right position. Every time a match starts, depending on what team you are or how you play, it really depends on your strategy. The best way to start off with is depending on one very good mode such as payload rate. One team defends, one team attacks with the payload to reach the end. One good setup for defense is like always at your base, you always place down your teleporter right here at the base.
Teleporter going up.
And quickly, you need to get more metal. So find metal around the place and quickly get it. But of course, I'm being cheap and just getting metal from here. Now, imagine that the payload starts. Now imagine that this is the base that you're protecting, and that you need to get your payload over at the other place. The right place to go to place your payload had to. The right place where to place your teleporter had to be over at the far end. So.
Bacon, bacon. Dispenser going up.
Now imagine that over here is where you have payload that you need to reach for your goal to stop the opposite team. We're out in the back.
Abo alabastas. Hellfire. Fire. Burn fools. Burn fools.
Right back. As for your teleporter, this is the place where you would imagine that the payload would be at for blue team. For red team, you need to place your teleporter right here.
Teleporter going up.
But it's important to always upgrade your teleporter to its max level since it's a very far.
I'm leaving now.
Oh,
You're all right.
as the same, you need to get more metal too as well. So please wait. Now, you need to place down your dispenser now after you place down your teleporters. That way you can be able to help get support for your team. A good recommendation is to place down your dispenser close by over to your center.
Medic!
Now, as for the sentry, place it along the lines over here.
Sentry going up!
That way now, you have a sentry to protect you and your dispenser and teleport. Now, that's just only one of the simple ways how to start off. Let's go on to a more bigger level, such as with the distraction of spies being your main enemy and the cause of your problems as an engineer. So Shep, please lead us back to your area of where your sentry and dispenser.
Dispenser going up!
Stab, stab. Stab, stab.
I needed to be spy on purpose, though. No worries. Can you get your sentry and teleporter up now, please?
Sentry going up!
Move your sentry right where I'm standing. First upgraded. Move your sentry right over here. Your sentry right over where I'm standing. What you need to do for your sentry to grab it is basically right click your sentry, then you place it right over here. And then that's one way how to be able to move your sentry around. But also you can rotate it again by pressing the right clicking it. So go ahead, right click it. And place it down.
There wasn't getting any lighter.
This is very efficient and very useful depending on where it is. So, let's get on to about spies now and how they can cause some very big damage to any end. Now, there are different types of spies to be aware of. Mainly the ones that you want to be careful of is the ones that have the zappers and dead ringers. So let's start off with the sentry being zapped down by a spy and what will happen if it gets...
Stab, stab.
May I place my zapper down on here?
Stab, stab, stab.